What's going on, everybody? It's madMax03 coming at you with a video that nobody asked for about a mode that nobody ever plays, but that you're going to start grinding as soon as possible if you're smart. With the new Titan gear getting ready to drop, you want to have as many mythics as possible to make the process and transition that much easier. That's right. I'm talking about Undead Grounds Endless Mode. Endless Mode is going to be the fastest, most efficient way for you to grind brains, mythics, and rotten stones. Let's get right into it. As you can see, just based off the rip, the hunter you're going to be using for this mode is going to be Berserker. Abilities that you're going to exclude are Pushback, HP up, movement speed, more XP. This is a little bit subjective, but it makes sense when you think about it, and especially when you're going to start playing the actual mode. Damage reduction is the key to making this work. Now, the reason that you want to use Berserker is because of his Death Fest. Each enemy killed increases damage of the owner by 5. This goes without being said, and it should be obvious. The more enemies you kill with Berserker, the harder you hit. The harder you hit, the more enemies you kill faster. The more enemies you kill faster, the higher your score. The higher your score, the faster you complete endless modes. You get the picture. Now, let's go ahead and look at my gear. You're going to notice that all of my defensive stones are rotten stones. Now, you'll notice that I have a 95% zombie damage reduction. Please be aware that for both regular damage reduction and zombie damage reduction, they both cap at 90%. So yes, while I have 95% zombie damage reduction, just be aware I'm only getting 90. And so you say, well, Max, why don't you just take a stone out? That way you can use another stone in your defensive set. I'm so glad you asked. Let's see what happens when I take a stone out. Let's take out my level 3. So you notice when I took my level 3 out, it dropped me to 87% zombie damage reduction. Could I still clear this? Yes, 100% I could. However, I want to play it safe, and I want to be at 90, or in this case, above 90. Now, as you get more and more rotten stones and you upgrade them, you're going to be able to use less slots in your defensive setup to get that 90% zombie damage reduction. When you reach that level, you can then start using other stones in your defensive set. Offensive set, you'll see that I have all of my offensive stones are level 7. You'll see that I have 3 blue, which gives me the 270% tentacle chance, the 2 azure stones, which gives me 100% blast nova. This is crucial. And then I have the 1 purple for the 20% life steal, okay? Let's go ahead and look at the book upgrades before I actually start playing the round. You'll see that my damage increase is capped out at 100. My HP increase is 95. That'll be capped out by the end of the day. Cheaper level up and longer lasting book are both capped out at level 50. Faster book spawn, hearts appearing faster and smaller poison size. I have not focused on those as much as I should. However, if you have to pick and choose the ones in the beginning, I would highly recommend increased damage, longer lasting book, cheaper level up cost, and faster book spawn. Faster book spawn because the more the book spawns, the more extra points you get. All right, let's go ahead and get into the mode. Now, the key to make this work is you want to focus on perks that are going to increase your survivability. You say, Max, that's obvious. Well, it's not so obvious. Damage reduction is the one that you want to always pick over any others. Now, like I mentioned with zombie damage reduction capping at 90, so does regular damage reduction. That is also going to cap at 90%. So if you get 10, you're still only getting 90%. You'll notice in the beginning, I'm just hanging around the book, getting coins, getting score. I usually like to wait until I've got about 700 to 800 coins. That way I can level up 5 or 6 levels at a time. And I always will stay by the book because I want to be able to grab the book as often as I can. It will make the run go that much faster. Now, what happens if you go to level up and you don't actually roll a damage reduction? That's completely fine. I've went to about level 17 and 18 having not rolled any damage reduction, and I've still survived because I get 4 or 5 and I end up making it. So let's see what I got. So I'm going to prioritize Death Strike, attack speed, there's a damage reduction. I'm going to go lifesteal over damage, that's just a preference. And once I got a couple levels, I can sit here and I can tank. I've got enough coins, I'm going to go grab this. I'm going to prioritize Death Strike over Long Frenzy. I'm going to grab the book and I'm going to chill out for a little bit. Once I get a couple more levels, I'll cover poison stacks. The poison stacks will cap out at 60. If you hit 60, you will automatically die regardless of where your health is at. Gonna grab the book. Go up here, grab some levels. I'm taking Death Strike, Lifesteal, Death Strike, Damage Reduction, Death Strike. Grab the book. Gonna grab a heart real quick on my way to the next level up. I'm gonna take attack speed, lifesteal, Death Strike. Now, I'm gonna pick dodge chance over damage every single time because it will increase my survivability rate. In the event that I don't roll that many damage reduction perks, if I roll dodge chance, I'm gonna pick dodge chance because it will increase your survivability. Now, in this case, I've got 3 and 3. I've got 3 lifesteal, 3 attack speed. I'm gonna go with attack speed over lifesteal. Come out over here, chill by the book. Now, if you've been around long enough when Kraken was first introduced, before the skip build option, you can compare this grind to that. However, there are different setups that you can use once you reach 90 zombie damage reduction in 4 to 5 slots. You can use Grey Wolf. However, this is the base set. Let's go down here, grab some more levels. Picking Death Strike, Dodge Chance, Death Strike, Damage Reduction. Now, keep in mind, I've only rolled 4 damage reductions, but I'm just eating it. The higher your zombie damage reduction is, the less you have to worry about rolling damage reduction perks. You still want them, but if you don't roll as many, if you have a high zombie damage reduction, you're going to be better off. Dodge chance. Gonna grab the book. And I'm just gonna chill. Now, somebody's gonna ask this. Can you AFK this? You can semi-AFK, and I say semi-AFK because let's see if it'll do it. So, I'm gonna essentially AFK right now. I'm just eating it. I'm gonna be fine. But there's a poison pool that somehow always will pop up next to you, and I am taking the poison stack damage. Is it doing that much to me? No. But there goes another poison pool that just happens to spawn right on top of me. So while you can AFK, it's not a full AFK. Like, you can set your phone down, go to the bathroom, go get something to drink, but only if you have enough damage reduction to do so. I'm at 28, so I'm gonna grab a heart. Gonna grab a book. And we are almost at the halfway point. Grab the book. Grab a level. I'm going to go attack speed over dodge. Be mindful of your health, because I don't know if you noticed that. I just took a big chunk. Took a big hit. My health almost went all the way down, but luckily I was able to catch it and save it. Come up here, grab a level, attack speed over damage. Damage reduction. And we're back to the start. Just over the 10K mark. Dodge chance. Loop back around. And I'm just eating it. Attack speed. Grab the book. And just eat it. I'm not going to have to level up anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the abilities and how many damage reductions I dropped. Let's go ahead and move safe. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage reductions with 90 zombie damage reduction. So that's going to put me at 95% overall damage reduction. You're almost unkillable. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. It's happened to me plenty of times, but you're almost unkillable. That's why you have to keep in mind the poison stacks. Now, as we're coming up on the end of the run here, once you hit 15K, I want to reiterate, it does not matter if you go over 15,000. If you get to 30,000, 40,000, it will not matter. You will still only get 900 brains. I tested that. I learned that the hard way. I went to, I think it was 25 or 30,000, thinking I'll get a couple extra brains, and I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and back out. Keep your fingers crossed. There's my 900 brains. There's an Undead Common Helm, which is what you're going to get most of the time, and then Rotten level 2s. As you can see, it took me 11 minutes, 45 seconds. That's a little bit slow. Sometimes I can get it under 11 minutes. But yeah, that's the gist of it. I hope everybody understands. I tried to put it in as simplest terms as I could. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.